Over the past few days, we've got a lot of new details about Dying Light the Beast. New infected, new weapons, more backstory reveals for Kyle, and even a solid release date. This is all thanks to Summer Game Fest, which wrapped up over the weekend, which premiered a brand new trailer. But what's more is we also got a full 30-minute gameplay showcase and even 2 interviews with Dying Light's franchise director. There's tons of new info for us to tear into, and even a couple of Easter eggs I spotted in the new gameplay. So let's get started with arguably the most important information. August 22nd is the day us Dying Light fans will be wanting to put in our calendars. We've now got full confirmation that the Beast will be releasing on August 22nd on Xbox, PlayStation and PC. Looking at the information we've got so far, it would really surprise me if this date was pushed back for any reason at all.
We want to make sure that the game is as perfect as it can be on launch, so the whole content is locked, everything is there. We're just looking at every little bit, every mechanic, every enemy, every location, every quest, trying to see if we can squeeze a little bit more out of it.
Techland seem pretty confident with the state of the game, so let's just hope that we will be back in the shoes of Kyle Crane on the 22nd. We've spoken about him a lot on this channel, so it's great to finally be getting more concrete information on what's been going on with Kyle Crane since we last saw him. I think the most important thing that we've had confirmed is the canon ending of Dying Light the Following, as stated here by Dying Light's franchise director.
If players remember, they kind of left him years ago at the end of a game called Dying Light the Following, and he was basically in a very ambiguous state. He was leaving the quarantine city of Haran, thinking or being changed into a monster, and we are following from that.
It's interesting that he kind of glossed over the physical transformation we saw Kyle undergo at the end of The Following. While we know Kyle will have volatile-like powers in the Beast, he looks very human, so I suspect this is likely just a slight retcon for the sake of the story. It seems like the Baron is our new big bad. He's been experimenting on Kyle for years and is now creating mutant zombies dubbed Chimera.
What can you tell me about the Baron?
He's a narcissistic sociopath. He's experimenting on humans like they're lab rats.
I think it's likely that the Chimera are in some way created from Kyle himself, as he definitely has a connection to them as we see him harvesting and injecting himself with Chimera blood. I reckon this will be some kind of upgrade system of his powers, but we'll likely have to wait a little longer for confirmation of that. While we're on the topic, the new infected variants called Chimera look like they're changing up the gameplay a fair bit. From the trailer alone, we see a number of zombies, including what looks to be an invisible volatile, a faceless stalker, this thing covered in green growths, and a volatile heavy. We get quite a bit of this volatile heavy, especially in the gameplay showcase where we see it as the final area boss. If this thing really is derived from a volatile, as its face would suggest, it really serves to highlight just how powerful these mutations are, especially since we see this guy in the daylight. One of my main takeaways from both the trailer and gameplay showcase is just how much the Beast feels like a sequel to the first Dying Light game. It's hard to explain why exactly, but the Beast really does just give off Dying Light 1 energy. And this was clearly intentional, as said multiple times by the game's franchise director.
If you ever were a fan of the first game, you will find plenty to like in this one. And about 50%, 60% of the team that works on Dying Light the Beast are the people that have worked on Dying Light 1.
I think we sacrificed part of the Dying Light DNA for the accessibility of Dying Light to stay human experience. The game was a commercial success, but our fans were telling us that's not it. That's not really what made you so special. So I think with this one, we want to deliver both. We want to deliver the AAA quality, but at the same time we want to deliver basically proof that our mojo is not gone, that our mojo is still there, and we know what makes Dying Light Dying Light. And if players will say, wow, this feels like Dying Light 1 and it looks so amazing, it's such a great, such a polished game, then I think we'll be very, very happy.
I'm sure a lot of these vibes will be down to the return of Kyle Crane, but I think that's a disservice to the amount of changes overall that have been made to the Beast over Dying Light 2. Two things that really made Dying Light unique in the zombie genre were the parkour and how the game changed at nighttime. In the first Dying Light, nighttime was scary. It was dangerous, but also a lot of fun to try and survive against the volatiles. Dying Light 2 pretty much took away all the challenge that night posed, much to many players' dismay, myself included, but it does look like Techland have taken this on board.
We really wanted to make the night experience like even more scarier and even more horror-ish than it was in the first game. Why? Because in the second game we actually decided to make the nights a little bit more accessible. We thought that maybe this is what will get more players into the game, but our hardcore community, our players told us that, you know what, you kind of lost the magic, you lost the mojo of Dying Light, you kind of forgot what makes Dying Light Dying Light.
Dying Light's other unique aspect is the parkour, and while Castor Woods is a nature reserve which doesn't really lend itself all that well to city-style parkour, this hasn't stopped Techland making parkour a priority within certain areas of the game.
For Castor Woods, where there's lots of nature, forests, national parks, swamps, this is not a very natural environment for parkour, and we actually allowed ourselves to have spaces in the world where you don't parkour. But on the other hand, where there are places in the world on the map where parkour is kind of supported, we really again went all in. And for example, the town in which the demo starts, the direction that our level designers got for this part of the map was basically make it a parkour paradise, make it a place that if you want to do parkour, you can do all of the crazy stuff that our players are doing.
This is one of those situations where a number of these aspects come together, making the Beast feel much closer to Dying Light 1 than it does to Dying Light 2. And honestly, it's a change I'm glad they're making. After all, you still can't beat the original Dying Light. Our last kind of major new info drop is for general gameplay stuff, including weapons and driving. My main takeaway from the gameplay trailer was the emphasis that's now been put back on guns. While we saw guns completely removed from Dying Light 2 before eventually being put back with a future update thanks to community feedback, guns are now a major playstyle available in the Beast. This is great. More gameplay options are always a good thing. So far, we've seen a bow, assault rifles, shotguns, throwing knives, and likely everyone's new favourite weapon, the flamethrower. Once again, this is just Techland listening to the Dying Light community and really giving us what we want. There's a lot of parallels between Dying Light The Following and The Beast. Both are set in more rural areas, and as such, you need a way to get around. The Following gave Kyle his own buggy, but it looks like The Beast has multiple vehicles. While not confirmed, we haven't actually seen Kyle driving any singular vehicle. Instead, he just tends to take whatever's available, whether that be a park ranger's truck or stealing one of the Baron's men's pickups. It's unclear right now just as to whether Kyle will have his very own customizable car of his own like in The Following, so that's something we'll have to just wait and hear more about. Alright, let's wrap up today with what I do best, and that's Easter eggs. The gameplay showcase had a lot of information to digest, but that didn't stop me picking up on a couple of Easter eggs along the way. The first one I noticed was actually a musical reference. As Kyle is stalking through the woods, the music sounds an awful lot like Predator.
While keeping an eye out for volatiles, our iconic apex predators, the kings of the night.
The other Easter egg I managed to spot in the trailer was around 8 minutes in during the showcase when we see the text "Don't open, dead inside" written on a wall. That's a phrase that was made famous from episode 1 of The Walking Dead. Dying Light the Beast looks to be shaping up really well, and I think there's a lot to be excited about. So if you want to keep up to date with the game, then make sure you subscribe.